right, so I want to start with teaching you a little bit about color schemes. In order to learn about color schemes, you're going to need one of these color wheels. They are located in the visual aids file cabinet, but I'll have them out for you. But if in the future you ever need a color wheel, there is a filing cabinet at the front of the classroom toward the front door, and it's about halfway down the stack, and it says visual aids. In there you will find these color wheels if you ever need them. The color wheel is an extremely important part of every artist's toolbox. Understanding color and color schemes is going to be the goal of what you're going to do for this must-do activity. This is where we're headed, and you will be using this color wheel, this worksheet, and color pencils like these. They're just called Polycolors. I have a set for everyone to use. They're not great, I admit that. They're just your basic color pencils, but they work out slick for what we're going to do. So in order to start, we're going to look at the color schemes: monochromatic, complementary, analogous, split complementary, triadic, and warm or cool. Color is thought of in terms of temperature. So if something reminds you of fire or the sunshine, something that is warm, that's called a warm color. Every color actually has the potential to be warm or cool, but we'll get into that later. Then the cool colors are something that would remind you of like shady areas or water, and we typically go from green over to violet, with yellow-green being kind of on the cusp and red-violet kind of being on the cusp. But on our color wheel, it actually says that red-violet belongs to a warm color, yellow-green belongs to a cool color, which I agree with, but you can add more yellow to yellow-green, and therefore it would be warmer, or more blue to red-violet, and then that would become a little bit more of a cooler red-violet without making it violet completely. Anyway, that's getting into a lot of things here. But so first, for monochromatic, it's one color plus tints and shades of that color. You should know what those words mean, right? If you do not know what those words mean, they probably didn't pass your mastery check. So you need to make sure you understand all the language here before you start. Then what you're going to do is you're going to notice here there is a little color wheel, right, for each of these. You are not going to color all of the colors on all of these. You are going to color on here the color you're going to use, and then you're going to create tints and shades of that color. For this one, you're going to color the two colors you'll use, and complementaries are located across from each other. So you would put in, let's say we did yellow and violet, I'd put yellow here and violet here. Then I would use just yellow and violet in here. I could also use yellow and violet plus tints, shades, and tones of yellow and violet to open up a wider range here. There are other things we can do with that we'll learn later on in terms of changing intensity, but that's not something we're going to do for your first color activity. For analogous, these are colors that sit next to each other on the color wheel. I like to say they're colors that sit next to each other on the color wheel and they share a common hue. So we could say that because yellow and green make yellow-green, these are analogous, right? We could also say that yellow, yellow-orange, yellow, and yellow-green all share yellow, so those could be analogous. Analogous colors don't extend beyond 3 or 4 colors. You can actually look at the back of this, and you'll see also on this color wheel, it's going to tell you some things about color harmonies back here, but for your basics, you're not going to have, like analogous is not going to be really labeled on the back. You're just going to need to look at these and understand that those are colors that sit side by side on the color wheel. Again, with analogous colors, you'd color them in here. Let's say I said yellow, yellow, green, and green. I would color them in here, and then I would use them here. And once again, I can come up and I could use the tints and shades and tones of that color, those colors in here to open up a wider range. You don't have to, but that would be pushing the envelope and getting you to a higher level of understanding of color. The next one is split complementary. This is a great place to go for the split complementary. If you look carefully, you can see that there's a triangle. If I put my triangle on red, violet, the split complementary colors are green and yellow, because green and yellow sit next to right, or adjacent to the complement of red violet. The complement is a color directly across from it on the color wheel, like we talked about, or like I mentioned up here when I talked about complementary. So I would color in the colors that I want, so there would have to be one color and then go directly across, and then it would be the two colors that sit side by side from that initial color on your color wheel. Then the next one is triadic. Again, triadic is going to be listed on the back as the larger triangle, and it says triad. So if I go ahead and I move it to do a primary triad with one of my corners of my triangle sitting on yellow, then the rest of the triadic combination, because triad means three, right, tri, there's yellow, blue, and red. And then the last, and you would put those on here equally spaced apart, right? And the last one is warm or cool, and back again to the front of this where you can see where it says warm colors, cool colors, warm colors, cool colors. You're able to put those on here and you adjust, color in the colors you're going to use here. So I hope that makes sense. I'm not going to get heavily into all of this with you because this is still pretty basic, but when we get into more color mixing, it will be important that you understand that. So just to give you one of these for you to kind of look at, I'll go ahead with split complementary. And for my split complementary, I think I like the idea of using a tertiary color, or what I like to call an intermediate color. I'm going to use red, violet, and then green and yellow as my split complementary. I would go to my color pencils and I would say, well, shoot, there's no red violet. So how would I make red violet? I would take out red and violet, right? And then I also need yellow, and I'm just going to lean this up, and I would need green. Okay, so those are going to be my split complementaries. In order for me to get red violet for split complementary, I need to layer my colors, which is why I chose this color for you guys to see as an example. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put red violet right here, and because I'm going to layer these colors, I want to hold my pencil back a little way. I'm going to put in light layers of red. I'm not coloring hard at all. I'm just barely touching the paper here. And then I put violet over the top. Nice and lightly. And then I'm going to put one more layer of red just to warm it up just a bit so that I have a nice red violet. Now, seeing as that is red violet, and I need to do my split complement, so my complement would be directly across. My split complement means that I need to do yellow here and green here, because yellow-green would be in between. So this is your split complement of red-violet. Okay, so now I can use these three colors, and if I so choose, tints, shades, and tones, which was in the video and is in the preliminary work. You'll understand that that's mixing white, mixing black, and then mixing gray to make tones. You can do all those things here, right? But you're going to start by going ahead and figuring out where you want your colors to go in here, and you're going to create a composition using your split complementary colors in this rectangle. This entire worksheet needs to be done neatly and consistently and accurately. So make sure if you have any questions that you talk to someone next to you, or refer back to the videos on color, or ask me. But I want you to see 3 before me, meaning you can see 3 other resources before you talk to me about it. So I want to teach you to be a little bit more independent and look for solutions instead of taking the easy way, which is to say, hey, Miss Hopkins, what's a split complement if I want to use green, right? And I'd say, well, look at a color wheel. That's one resource. Look at the videos. That's another resource. Look it up on the internet. That's another resource. Ask someone next to you. That's another resource. You have all sorts of resources out there for you to be able to get the information that you require in order to complete this task and be a more active part of your learning. So I'm just going to go ahead and add a little bit of green here. I'm going to close out this video, and I'm going to hope that you're all set and ready to go with this activity. Have fun.